I moved from Logic, yeah, to Ableton like a year ago, and I have been loving Ableton. It's not about what you use; it's about, you know, the person using it. But Ableton for me is one of the hardest programs. I'm going to tell you guys 3 things that I love about Ableton so far. First thing, you can put a sample in there. Let's say you like the chord progression, you can convert that to MIDI quickly. Right click it, convert harmony to MIDI. There's these 2 notes that I don't like. Take these out. That is hard. The next thing, yeah, that I love about Ableton, this is so simple. Just press R to reverse. Logic is not Logic. Ableton, just one button. Rest. So sick. So sick. It just makes sense. It's logical. It just makes sense. The next thing that I think is flipping hard. Let's say there's a sample. I like the groove. So I've got this ABBA sample or ABBA drum loop or whatever. I can just right click it, extract grooves. It's right there. So I can drag anything I want pretty much and extract the groove from it and apply that groove or that quantize to my whole project, to my drum specifically maybe. And I think that is bloody crazy. That is so sick.
I learned something in Ableton last night that I'm fucking angry about. 8 goddamn years and I didn't know this.
First of all, go into your settings, go to record, warp, and launch, and take off create fades on clip edges. Your drum transients will thank me later. But on things that I do want to fade, like to tighten up this lead vocal and this double, you know, I'd have to just individually maybe cut this a little bit and drag it, each single one, right? All on their own channels. A little bit of time, but it's necessary and worth it. And I thought that there was not a faster way to do this. But here we go. All right, I'm gonna drag these out, right? And then I'm just gonna drag the part that I want and hit Command Option F.
The amount of time that I have spent over the last near decade individually doing... No. I'm sorry. That's all you're getting for today. I have to go make some fucking music.
Here's an awesome Ableton trick I just tried for the first time and it worked really well. Get a sound. Then get a drum beat. Now put a vocoder on the drums and use external routing and route it from the audio source. Turn the depth all the way down. Mess with the attack and release. You get...
Yo, what's up? Did you know there's a hidden vocoder in Ableton? Let's check it out. Okay, so first we're just gonna record something, although you can also do it live, but let's record. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I have a tiny bit of reverb here. I also have this free plugin, which is like OTT, like a multi-band compressor. It's free, you can download. Next, let's load the effect. Under audio effects, reverb and resonance, we're gonna find the spectral resonator. Let's load it first. Nice. Now we do need a MIDI track just to play the chords. So I'm gonna open up a new MIDI track. Let's go back. And we're gonna set this spectral resonator to MIDI and MIDI from our MIDI track. Let's change it to poly. And that's basically it. Let's arm the MIDI track and let's play some chords here. 1, 2, 3. Nice. Now you can do a bunch of stuff here. Like we can thicken it up with some unison. We can even add some chorus modulation. Or even granular, which gonna kind of randomize the particles.
1, 2, 3.
You can even shift it right here. This is kind of like format shifting.
1, 2, 3.
Or let's take it down even.
1, 2, 3.
Nice. I'm going into much more detail in a YouTube video. You can check that out. But hidden vocoder in Ableton. Catch you next time.
How to stutter vocals.
Throw it back, yeah, way back.
Find a phrase in your vocals to chop.
Another playback.
Use the grid and copy and paste the beginning of your first word.
You gon' want another playback.
Highlight and join the chops to a new clip. Warp, complex, and automate the pitch of your stuttered vocals so they bend up like a record speeding up. Add panning for stereo movement, and you're done.
Way back, you gon' want another playback.
Follow me for more vocal tips. How to mix vocals in Ableton. EQ8. To roll off some unnecessary low end. Saturator. To add some drive and harmonics. Compressor. Control the dynamics. Multiband compressor. Because it adds so much clarity and brightness. Finally, some aggressive parallel compression. Dry vocals. And mixed.
Forever and ever will stay.
Follow me for more Ableton tips.
I'm going to show you all how I prep my Ableton session for my live sets. So I'm using a MIDI track with a drum rack on it. And I drag in a vocal chop sample onto one of these notes. So when I hit the drum pad, it does this, and I've added some Primal Tap on there. I added more samples to the rest of the drum rack, cue up my backing track. Now in my shows, it's like this.
So I have this theory that we're all innately attracted to the sound of the human voice, even if we don't recognize it as a voice, which is why you should make your voice into an instrument. And my favorite way to do that is with bouncy notes. This is the most underrated Ableton device. As you can see, the notes are bouncing. I'm turning up the gravity, increasing the speed. I'm tying the gravity to the velocity of the notes, and I get this. Ableton is actually having a sale right now for US customers, so if that's you, click the link in my bio.
If you find that you don't have music theory knowledge but you want to start generating melodies fast, you can use this technique to come up with some really interesting melodies super fast. You can use the scale function to generate some really interesting melodies, especially when you're experimenting and starting out on a new idea. So I've loaded in a blank clip into this bell or mallet sound, and now when I look into the clip, I can now select scale, and I've selected D harmonic minor because I like it. It's now showing me all the correct notes in D harmonic minor, but I can also go even further and click scale here, and then it will exclusively show me only the notes that are within that scale. And now I can use the pencil to type in some random notes and then see how that works for generating a new melody line. So let's have a look. Nice. I can do this for any scale. And I can mess around with the actual performance of it, so I might want to double time it. So select it all, double time it, or halve the time. Nice. And I can easily just loop the parts that I particularly like. So I really like how this starts out. And then I can start writing around that accordingly.
Probably one of the best build-ups that I've made.